flying ball. Caught the air for a long time, and he held his ground and took it with ease. 15 for Yo. And just had to turn and kick. And the turnover. Harrison can punish back the other way. Into the pocket, but Starcevic able to intercept. Now Baker, who's been busy.
Stuck paying home loans.
Dangerously up the middle. Hoff back onto the ground with some fresh legs. Hoping to take them on. Maybe not so fresh. A poor kick straight to Dacos. Membry in the fingertips. Everyone making it look difficult out there. Harrison can ease steady. Back to the square. Big stay! There's turnover after turnover. Miss kick and fumbles. And eventually the strong hands from Dan McStay directly in front.
Out 5 minutes back. Lockie, go. Come out with us. Yeah. Stand there.
He's been marking them well. Couple already this afternoon. Makes it 3 in the first half and ties things up.
He's playing a big role, Dan McStay. Smart little snap in the end from Harrison for the Pies. You're right, there was fumbles going on everywhere. Perhaps mistake by foot, skill errors. It was all happening. Baker started it. He's had a good first half of footy. Just that mistake by missing his teammate in Young puts pressure. Hoff's got to be way better than that when exiting D50.
He almost missed his foot.
Yeah. He was looking up, looking at the result.
It's hard enough to stop Nick Dacos without actually giving it to him. And he stays in the game, Nick Dacos. He's just so aware. He knew that was an option to kick and short. He was there for the smother because he's never out of the game. And Hoff now has to tag him in the middle again for this ball up. Giving it straight back to him. Cameron. A two-slip for Allen. Goes back and left it behind. Kelly nearly. Cameron got there just in time. Ross. Gang tackle. Biggest margin of the game. Collingwood by 15 earlier on. And the Eagles by 11. And here we are all square in the shadows of...
Doing it a little bit longer. We're really good at it last season, Kate, as you pointed out in the pre-game.
Brought out McCarthy. Allen around his body. Congested. Cameron gets back in the hole. Good saving grab.
Yeah, excellent by Howes as well. First gamer. Protecting his ruckman.
Trying to find a target up the line and turns it over. Bo Allen sends it back inside 50. Murdoch having a battle against a few. Howes is in there. Long. Side body. And crisp. He'll hit it long. And stay in a wrestle. Bazzo wasn't looking at the footy. So it'll be a free kick. And they all stopped because they had to go back and stand the mark, and the umpire just allowed advantage, which means Nick Dacos can chip it over the top. Harrison didn't mark it. Lindsay did just enough. Pye still a chance. Membry, though, slipped. Tries to feed it back. Steele making hard work of it again. They lose some ground and turn it over. Gross. Dersman. Players slipping and sliding. Game just calling for some clean disposal. There's a strange one out here on the wing with the advantage call. And it'll be a ball up. Nick's gone to full forward. He was too unselfish there, Nick. Could have let that fly. Go for goal. Long, heads in that direction. Embry, Starcevic, boundary line. Embry rakes it in. Keeps it alive. West, Harrison all lending a hand from this scramble. 2 minutes to half time. Try to sort it out with the ball up. So Nick's dude is resting at full forward. He's just doubled over there. You can see him out of tickets. But that's the beauty. Rest your class acts at full forward these days, and he nearly extracted that.
He's up to 21 disposals for the day.
It's important in his game that Robert Harvey fake out as he really looks tired.
I like it. And then explode away. Let's see here. Off wearing him closely. Allen. Pinned in.
The 316 sign has gone up, which I think is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Perhaps you'll be happy with. Shanahan behind the ball.
Stone cold defence is the call. Scores level. Approach half-time. Kelly finds it Murdoch. Flipped out of there by Swadley. Was up high on Steele. Allowed to play. Kelly on the boot and out of bounds. So free kick possession back to the Pies.
He's gone with him as well. House has gone with Shanahan, so not allowing the free tall for West Coast defensively.
Through the middle, Houston.
Stay.
Looking for a target, and he found one. As Harrison led up.
Got some nice space today, Harrison. That was a smart kick as well.
They give it away, and then Houston will just launch the rocket from beyond 50. Well played by the Pies. Couple of goals late, they hit the front.
Yeah, they need something from this guy. It's been a long time since they've won a game because of Dan Houston, and he needs to be a factor. That's disposal number 9. It's a moment that he just needs to savour, really, and just keep that positivity in his run and his thought process, because he can do this. He can swing games with his kicking. Just the 6 kicks so far today, but a big goal. A moment they probably needed just before half-time. If he can do that again in the second half, it'll put his team in a really good position. Down on manpower, need this guy to stand up.
Handball release was perfect as well from Harrison.
Has missed a few of those this year as well. Dan Houston, 3 goals, 10 coming in. Had it been 10-3, we might have been talking about him being in a different realm, but he hasn't been able to nail those goals until today. Long dumps it inside. Starcevic got there in time. Herbert couldn't find a teammate though. Starcevic to mop up that little mess. I think with Dan Houston, 2-time All-Australian at Port Adelaide as well, so that's the standard Collingwood fans probably expect of him as well.
Long got the handball out, socked away by Ed Allen, spills away to Hayes with the flying snap.
Just watching Reid, he's trailing every pack, he's trailing every motion in terms of ball movement. Ed Allen's still going to him and getting off him at will. I think they have to get him to deep forward in the second half.
Young. The Kelly. Back for Young. Long down the line. Houston in front. Waterman was searching for the body contact. It spilled out in the back. Swaddling tried to just volley it and missed it. It opens the door for the Eagles to score late. Waterman urged to move it quickly and finds Tough Tyler. With a misstep on the wing, opens the opportunity for the Eagles. Pies will lead it at the major break. Margin to be determined by the kick from Cooper Duff Tyler.
July Cooper! Jake. Jake, just so they stay out. Thanks.
3 goals, 9 for the season. For Duff Tyler. Collingwood getting some momentum, and that one well out to the right-hand side. Just giving the Eagles a bit of a lift heading into the major break. An entertaining game of footy. The Eagles trying to cause the upset. Pies fighting to lock in a final spot and perhaps still keep their chances of the top 6 alive. Back to analyse all of it shortly. But the footy continues. Late Sunday evening footy. St Kilda and Carlton certainly both in the frame for a wild card spot. Looking to put their best foot forward and their celebrations as well as we celebrate Spud's game. Part of your Sunday ticket on Fox, the Saints and the Blues.
All right, there we go. It's half time. Optus Stadium, folks, over there in Perth. It's the Magpies getting the job done so far just by a single goal. 10-5-65. The Eagles 9-5-59. Looks like Harley Reid's hobbling a little bit there. He copped an awkward step. He's not 100%, so they're right. They may have to play him down forward. There we go. Don't forget, put your vote in. Who you think's going to win this game? I'll tell you what, we're in for a cracking game. Hey, let's just have a look at the live ladder as it speaks. If the Magpies happen to go on and win this game, they'll move up to 8th spot on 50 points. Just a half a game clear of Geelong on 7th, a game and a half outside of the top 6. There we go. West Coast Eagles will still be down there in 16th. Win, lose or draw for the Eagles, but that is the ladder. Still a game to come. Of course, Carlton and St Kilda following this game. That's going to be a cracking game. That's going to decide who's going to be in the top 10 after this round. Of course, let's go and have a look at the goal scorers in the game so far before the commentators come back. Of course, for the Magpies, he leads the way out on the ground. Leading goal scorer, Daniel McStay, he's got 3 goals, 1, kicking them quite well. Lachie Schultz, well, he's had 2 kicks. He's kicked 2 goals, Lachie Schultz, for the Maggies. Singles to Sam Swadling, Lachie Sullivan, Rowan Steele, Dan Houston, Nick Dacos have a goal. Disposal getters out on the ground. Of course, the Brownlow medal favourite is leading the way for the disposal count. They're trying the tag. It's not really working. 21. They might need to try a different tactic. 13 kicks, 8 handballs. He's had a mark, a tackle, 6 clearances. Kicked a beautiful goal from 50. Best for the Eagles. He's the only one in the 20s. For the West Coast Eagles, the best for them, Tim Kelly on 16. 6 clearances and a goal so far. Tom McCarthy, 14. Down there, just a few in other double figures. Ned Long, Josh Dacos, both on 12. Yo and Reed both on 11. There we go as we just roll on down. Membering Cripps and Cameron on 10. They're the only ones in double figures. Of course, Darcy Cameron, 10 disposals, 17 hit-outs, 3 clearances for him. And Bailey Williams there, 8 disposals, 22 hit-outs, 2 clearances for him. We'll just roll on down a little bit. Still side bottom, a little bit quiet this afternoon. Just the 8 touches for him. Liam Baker, a little bit the same for the Eagles. Just the 8 touches. We'll go down and have a look at Jake Waterman. Has he got the yips today? Well, he kicked 1 with a snap. He had a set shot and faded left of the post. He's had 7 touches, 4 kicks, 3 handballs. He's kicked 1 goal, 1. I think last week he kicked about 2 goals, 6. So will he have the yips? Will it continue? We'll see. Beau McCreary got a good bit of run in him, although he's only had the 6 disposals, 3 kicks, 3 handballs. And as we go down, there are the rest of your stats. We might have a look at the team stats in just a moment. We'll just have a little bit of a look while we wait for the commentators. The Eagles +7 on the disposal count overall. Magpies are +4 on inside forward 50s, 29 to 25, 15 scoring shots to 14. So it's pretty close there. Handballs all the same, 87 apiece. We'll come back to that in just a moment. Let's head back to the commentators for a little bit of analysis on the opening 3 quarters.
Take that, Ed Allen. This has been a fiery contest at times. West Coast fans absolutely loving what they're seeing. 59 points is their highest first half score in 2.5 years. And what about the little champ, Nick Dacos, looking on track for another 3 Brownlow votes. He has been immense today, and no doubt he's getting a mention amongst Brady Hoff and co in the West Coast change rooms, because that is the key matchup. When you look at Dacos' stats, 6 clearances so far, about 19 disposals already. We'll have to check that, but this is the key matchup of the game.
Yeah, it is. So he's at 21, and,
21.
This game doesn't prove this, but he's unstoppable. I mean, he's getting tagged, he's getting tightly checked at stoppage, and then around the ground, Hoff's going to him. He's had 21, 9 of those contested, kicked a goal, gave another one off he probably would have kicked. And he's probably the only player out there for Collingwood in that midfield, given the outs that they have, that can take it away from West Coast, and they still can't stop him. So what an absolute champion this player is. Brownlow medal sewed up. We think we know that. And what he's done from a number 1 player on the ground point of view, he's done this 9 times in a row now. He's just been incredible, and he's the number 1 ranked player at half-time. So outstanding first half by Nick Dacos.
5 clearances, excuse me, but no doubt he's going to add to that in the second half. What about Harley Reid? This is a real concern for the Eagles. I mean, he's fighting through the pain of this bad corky he copped in the first quarter, but gee, he's struggling, and the question has to be asked, do you move him forward after half-time?
Yeah, so it's on the outside of the knee there. You can see just above it, and, there'll be substantial bleeding happening. It is a corky. You will be able to go through the game. It's going to be really sore after it, but you can see he's lost a lot of his power in that leg. So whether he goes forward or not, the problem with Cork is once you stop, which half-time right now, they don't get better. So he'll have to be on the bike inside. They'll be getting work through it. Do expect him to come out after half-time, but I think deep forward we could see a look at him for sure.
What about West Coast and their ball movement today? Their handball game, the way they're linking from inside to outs, and 6 of their 9 goals have come from their back half. It's been awesome to watch.
Yeah, so early on in the game, they weren't taking this on. Bo Allen wasn't taking this player on. They weren't running and gunning, and they weren't finding it as easy to score. But as the game's gone on, West Coast ball movement has looked like this. They're happy to go and go fast. Because of it, they've got Collingwood offside across the ground, and they get it into one-on-one contest in front of the footy. Now, Jake Waterman doesn't mark this ball, but he gets that one-on-one contest, and he's able to finish up and wrap around with it. So, yeah, I think West Coast, if they're going to take Collingwood on in this game, they've got to continue to go fast, but just as quickly, Collingwood will be going the other way just as quick.
Just 6 points in it at halftime. We're going to catch up with David Zeta next, get all the latest news, and won't there be a lot to discuss tomorrow night on AFL 360? It's coaches' night, but gee, they might need to go for 2 hours, the boys. There's that much to debrief following a massive news week. Luckily, we've got On the Couch too. So 360 into Couch tomorrow night on Fox.
All right, the commentators will be back in just a moment, folks. Don't go anywhere. The third quarter, only 12 minutes away. All right, let's get back and have a look at the team stats. Of course, as we'll say in the inside forward 50s, the Magpies are +4 there, 29-25. It's not too bad by the West Coast Eagles. They've kicked 9 goals, 5 from their 25 entries, 10 goals, 5 for 29 entries there for the Maggies. Disposal efficiency, well, the West Coast Eagles are slightly better there. That's 72.5, right on season average. The Magpies down a bit on 65, well under season average, up until half time. And of course, the efficiency inside forward 50. It's the same story. West Coast Eagles crunching their season average. They're at 60%. Magpies just under average. Free kicks, of course, going way of the hometown West Coast Eagles 10-9. They're +1. Stoppages, let's have a look at the hit-outs. The Eagles doing the job there as well. 26-19, they're +7. But the clearances, the Magpies getting on top there. And, of course, they'll probably have a little bit more benefit from Harley Reid. As I said, they'll probably put him down forward. He's struggling to move, getting a bit of power when he's kicking through that. He copped the corky on the outside of the left leg there. It's been strapped up. We'll see how he fares in the second half. 26-19 is the hit, the clearances for the Maggies. They're +7. Centre clearances, it's 11-7. They're +4 out of the centre. A season average for the Maggies is 11. They're already on 11 at the moment. Stoppage clearances, the Maggies are +3. 15-12. Contested possessions, look, not too bad. 82-73, +9 there. Turnovers, reasonably low so far in this game. 29-28 for both. I tell you what, it's a beautiful, perfect day for football there at Optus Stadium in Perth. The sun's shining, the crowd coming alight. Tell you what, they love it when the West Coast kick a goal. They're on top in the marking department, 26-40. I'll tell you what, Magpies marks, they played that little bit of a chip and run throughout this season so far. 99 is their season average. 26, they're only about a quarter of the way there. They're already halfway through the game. Marks inside forward 50, both teams getting opportunity, spotting their targets up reasonably well. 6-7, Eagles, they're +1 there. And we just want to have a little bit of a look at the tackle count there. This is really encouraging to see from both teams, West Coast and the Magpies. Both high numbers on the tackle count, which is fantastic to see. It's a really good contested game, this one, folks. 44-42, +2 on the tackle count of the Eagles. But the Magpies forwards really putting the pressure on the Eagles. 15 when this loads back up. 15-8 tackles inside forward 50. Eagles nearly up to their season average of 10. Magpies already crunched. What are they? 25% above their season average so far. There we go. I tell you what, just in case anyone was wondering who was the first goal scorer in this game, well, it was the West Coast Eagles. It was Job Shanahan. He kicked the first goal. And, of course, the Magpies put on the next couple with Daniel McStay kicked the second. And then Lockie Schultz the next. West Coast Eagles ending up getting the next one. Tim Kelly coming back with one, but the Magpies quick in return. Lachlan Sullivan and then Lockie Schultz banged one on. Of course, Job Shanahan again with the next goal there. And then the Magpies, Rowan Steele put one on there. And of course, getting late in that opening term, Tom Gross, he put one on. And then in quick succession, Jake Williams got one. And then back to the Magpies, Daniel McStay, Elliot Yeo, and there we go. All right, let's just head back down to some of the commentators.
What happened here?
Well, Gold Coast has snapped its 10-game losing streak, Kat, so they are finally back on the winners list. Yes, they won't be playing finals, but it was a great win for them in very wet conditions. Matt Rowell, this stat line is it's unbelievable. He's had 40 disposals, 17 clearances and 16 tackles. That is one of the best games you will see, certainly this year. He was an absolute fire today, and he's well and truly back to his Brownlow medal winning best. So what it means for the live ladder, as you can see there, currently Collingwood is locked into the finals. If they win today, they're locked in. If they don't win, Carlton would have to win tonight for Collingwood to be locked in, and also the Western Bulldogs. So I'm not saying that Collingwood fans will be cheering for Carlton. That will never happen, but tonight may be as close as they get when it comes to that. If they are to go down to the Eagles today, at the moment, they are on track for the win, and also on track at the moment. So Jordan De Goey and Jeremy Howe. So De Goey missed with that glute soreness. He couldn't get through main training, so you can see some training vision from earlier this week here. The club won't know properly about his chances for the game against the Hawks next week until early this week. So he's done some training over the weekend. He's optimistic, but there's no guarantee he returns for that game against Hawthorn. Jeremy Howe is back running and he's back training, but he'll check in with the surgeon next week to see whether he can get back into contact training. They haven't ruled out the final round of the home and away season just yet, so there is still hope for Jeremy Howe. Jordan De Goey, we'll see how he goes there, but certainly a fair few injury concerns, but the ladder is getting well and truly tight at the moment, Kat. That's very exciting to see.
Yes, and hopefully De Goey's back for that huge game against Hawthorn next Saturday night on Fox. Thank you, Zeets. Go get yourself some popcorn or whatever floats your boat, because we've got a massive second half coming up here in Perth. It is Collingwood by just 6 points over West Coast in front of a packed Optus Stadium. Sunday afternoon footy at its very best.
All right, folks, just hang tight, stand by. We'll be back in just a few moments with the bounce of the ball with the third quarter.
Second half not far from getting underway. Collingwood by 6 points with a half to play. And downstairs, our own Will Schofield is with Andrew McWalter.
Andrew, just out of the rooms, you must be happy with the first half?
Yeah, look, large parts of it. I think it's a pretty ferocious game. Both teams have a huge amount of pressure on the ball, and it's been an up and back game. So the boys are running hard. It's been entertaining to watch.
Yeah, the ball movement side of things, your defensive transition looks good.
Yeah, it's been defensively. We've been a little bit. We haven't been able to slow them down as much as we want, but we've been able to get speed on our ball as well. So it's just been that type of game.
Harley Reid looks a little proper. He's got a few knocks. Can we see him forward perhaps this half?
Yeah, we're talking about it. He's obviously got a big corky, and we're doing some work. Hopefully he can get up and going, but yeah, he might have to spend a bit of time up forward if he has to.
Good luck to second half.
Thanks, mate.
So, big concern about Harley Reid, big concern about his fitness for the second half as well, Jono.
Yeah, Corky just above the knee for Harley Reid. Would have got some nice treatment there at half-time as well to get himself set. 11 touches in this game, 3 kicks, hasn't hit a target yet, only 27 metres gained. Lost his feet in that last 10 minutes of that second term as well. So just to work through the corky that he's dealing with and have an impact, keep his feet in the contest in this second half.
I think this game's crying out for one more match winner from Collingwood. Just one more that can go in the middle and be a spark forward or get forward. I think it's that man right there, Bo McCreary. Just the 3 kicks, 3 handballs at half-time. Just the one score involvement. I think this guy's got enormous talent, great speed and power. It's sitting there right for him, I think, to really take this opportunity in the second half. It's been Baker that's been sort of mostly his matchup, but when he gets his opportunity in the middle, he's got to make it count.
No sign of Harley Reid at the moment. Been scanning the ground looking for the star midfielder.
Just got the 4 on the bench to start this second half for the Eagles, so bit of treatment down in the rooms, trying to see if he can take any further part in this game. The big second half. The Pies trying to lock in a final spot. The Eagles trying to cause an upset and break through for a win in this second half of the season. As we're underway, third quarter, Cameron decisively. Was there a hold? There was on Nick Dacos. And disposal number 22 coming up. On fire in the first half. Continuing to rack up the footy. Goal to his name as well. And a driving ball inside 50. West was up, punched by Bazzo. McCarthy tackle. And Cameron just copped the knock in that as well.
He's asking someone else to take the ruck here for the Pies. Injured player. They will pause. He was holding his ribs. So, fingers crossed he's okay.
Looks in a lot of discomfort.
I don't mind stopping the game for this sort of incident, but the player has to come from the field.
Yes.
If they stop the game.
Yeah.
Just trying to fight through it, but certainly looks sore after that little delay. Back at it. Yo spun out of a tackle, tried to take them on. Clever knock on by Houston to steal. Back into the hot spot. Allen was up. West, McCreary. Got to just fend off. Got it to Ed Allen on the boot. High ball. Sees it sail through. Terrific start for the Pies to the third quarter.
Hit the belly and let it float. King.
Yeah, and I think that's where Bo McCreary's really good at hunting after that drop of ball contest. He's first there to arrive. Just look at him here. Just gets himself in the right spot. Bang. Grabs a footy, farms it out, and you get that opportunity.
No worries, thank you.
He's just got so much talent, Bo. His ability to read the game, then use his strength and power coming to the fore on that occasion.
And it's this sort of contest, both teams have had their share of the lead. Collingwood earlier on led by 15 points. The Eagles have led by 11. Spoken to a few West Coast officials on the bench. They're trying to get him going and put him forward. I do believe he's going to come out. He's just come out of the rooms as we speak. So I think they're going to try and put him in the goal square like you've asked for, Kingy.
Oh, I love it.
From the restart. Kelly tries to track it. Allen did track it and got it to Long. Fit it backwards to go forward. Josh Dacos hammers it. The chaos ball works its way to the 50. McCreary's having an impact. Miss Sullivan goes back to mop it up. Had it, lost it. Sullivan back. Membry out wide. Slap on McCreary to the hot hand. Allen Knocked away by Starcevic. Early momentum's going to be huge. Starcevic, he took the ball knowing he would be taken. Ball up.
Straight back.
Pies winning the clearances. Harley Reid trying to get back out there. Just want to go back over the boundary line. Andrew McCorker so desperate to see another win for his side. Says they've been making progress despite the lack of wins on the board. Long. Handball through Josh Dacos. High to the square. Duggan and Schultz wrestling. West did well to bring it to ground. Steele driving. Houston already got one off a step. Casually done under pressure. He hooks it away for a behind.
Thanks, Liam. Come out.
That's what you're talking about, Dwayne, with Houston. That's could be the difference in
Liam, just get
the
ready
way his performance is rated through 2026. With opportunities like that we know he's good enough to nail.
Yeah, 4-11 now for Dan for the season. Duggan goes out wide. Early jump from Bailey Williams, got it down. Cameron maybe still a little injured, but fights the fight on hands and knees. Held it in the area. Collingwood win today. They're guaranteed to play finals and finish in the top 10. Collingwood can still finish in the top 6 and they can still miss the 10. This game is huge for them. There's 4 points. Nick, the steal to Josh. All the answers to the man we'll be speaking about. Dan Houston, middle of the ground.
Can he set them up again? He stabs it in low. Schultz, it was perfect delivery. Just couldn't hang on. Some lunging defence from the Eagles. Long there. Back to Ed Allen. Just kicked one. Launches again, but Bazzo spills the mark on the goal line. Needed to swallow it. And Ed Allen been busy.
Darcy, Bailey.
They'll scramble to the square. Darcy Cameron tried to volley it out of the ruck. Is that a hit out? Even if you kick it with your shoe? It's a behind.
Tim, keep going. Liam.
Herbert, see if he takes them on. It's game 8. What an impact he's had so far. Heads out wide, runs his measure and couldn't quite find the target. Nick Dacos, the recipient. You've got to kick it to where Nick ain't. Surely, when you kick him, it's the old Tommy Hafey system.
It was just a slow kick by Herbert.
Yeah. Kick it to where their star isn't.
Yeah, once it popped a little bit, it was always going to be difficult for Ross to take the mark.
Tim Membry to make it hurt. Maybe another assist to Nick. For the biggest margin of the game to either team. Thumps it, was good off the boot, sensational. Just has to carry. Collingwood by 20.
Well, there's so many that are not there for the Pies. No, Maynard, Moore, Howe, Perryman, Pendlebury, DeGoey, Lipinski, Elliott, the list goes on. But you've still got to beat Nick Dacos. He's up to 24 disposals, 9 inside 50 entries, 6 score involvements and a goal. You're right, you just can't kick the ball near him. And if he doesn't get it first time by himself, they'll find a way to get him the footy.
Thanks, guys. Let's go.
I'm not sure whether you're aware, Dwayne, if he has 20 kicks, he's 20 kick Nick, they're 7-1.
Someone told me that.
He's up to 15.
I remember who told me that, but we'll see if that ends up being the way to go. Whether they can shut him down, that's the hard part. So Harley's back out there.
6 minutes on the bench and into the action. Harley Reid gets a handball up in the middle. Yo scrambling it forward. Kelly, little side step around side bottom. Dursman just missed with the handballs. Has to go back and try and retrieve it. Little hot shoe shuffle. Broke the ankles of Frampton. Sends it inside, but Cameron gets back.
Needs a better entry than that from Dursman.
Josh Dacos and Kleiner. The Pies started the third quarter well. Crisp.
Stay clear. Fight on.
Most equal fourth all-time games played today for the Magpies, equal with Wayne Richardson. There's a good mark taken by Dursman.
That's the jump pre-game, Kingy, you were talking about. Good interception.
Had options through the middle. He changed his mind a couple of times. A little more direct, and Josh Dacos pushed Murdoch out of the way. And the free kick to the Eagle.
He doesn't get away with a lot, Josh, does he? He's a bit stiff here. I think this was a show of strength, really. But he just,
Brady, take him out.
there's not a lot in that.
Great forward craft.
Even you wouldn't have done that, John.
The Eagles will take it
They need this, the Eagles.
to stay in touch. Ryan Murdoch, who's provided them plenty of energy this season. After getting his chance at the top level, I'll make the most of the free kick.
Looked like the hands were more on the hips. So we'll have another look here, just the angle behind. It wasn't that forceful, was it?
It's not often you get a goal and fine for staging at the same time. You're right, they needed it. This game was sliding.
Yeah, spot on.
Collingwood had kicked the previous 5 goals and looked to just be running away with it. Harley back out there involved. They're persisting with him as a midfielder, which I think is really interesting, given the fact he can't cover the ground. So they're valuing and prioritising his centre bounce work. But you would think after that he has to roll forward.
That's right.
Cameron and Bailey Williams go at it again. Cameron held his ground and threw it away. Didn't get away with it. Now Yo allowed to go. And he pulls it. He battles it. Waterman got up there, couldn't mark it. Josh Dacos eludes the tackle, goes back, howls the debutant with some poise here. Heads out wide, delightful delivery. We found Will Hayes. Chips it to the back of Quainer. Couldn't quite get there. And Bazo, been intercept marking all year, takes a good one here.
And a bit awkwardly then, Quainer, but he's back to his feet now. Waterman's going to roll around and launch one from distance, but it's hooking away to the left.
Just had these legs taken out of him, underneath him there, and not advisable for Harley Reid at the moment. He's getting injured doing everything.
Josh Dacos has a look around as to what's on offer. Hits out wide. Little flick down from Hayes was good. Kept the ball in chaos. Swaddling. Good dancing with Allen. And Allen, of the other variety, gets on the end of it to Cameron. To Sullivan. And he launches long to Schultz. Should get up there. Held it long enough for mine, but not for the umpire. Play on and a behind. Membry couldn't slot it. Umpire said he didn't control it.
Chances at both ends, and a dangerous ball back into play from the Eagles. Showed a lot of it to the Pies. Sullivan did well, got it away to McStay. Snapping goal work. Schultz out of the air! Miraculous! If he has converted this, it would be exceptional.
Score review. Umpire scores one behind. Please confirm.
Review underway.
Well, initially it's called a behind. We had the Italian Football Festival here last night with some of the Italian giants in town. They'd be pretty happy with this sort of effort. Young got hands on that. Certainly does. And did Schultz get a toe on it afterwards?
Sent upstairs as a behind. So I think that's important.
Has to be definitive to overturn it.
Yeah, it's the West Coast Young's hand.
Review complete. Looking at this angle, we see the ball comes off the hands of the West Coast defender last. The ball possibly not. This is not a scoreboard.
So a great effort by Tyler Young, lunging to deny it. What would have been a pretty special goal from Lachie Schultz. And an important touch there for the Eagles, just to keep the margin.
They might be yelling.
As it is.
They might be screaming "Hand of God."
Lindsay with the kick. Big grab by Williams. Got up there and took a rip of Bailey. Half step, a netball step to play on. And almost turned it over. Got a little bit excited. Got a little bit excited with his own skill level to try and bite off more than he could chew. Wants to come off Hoff. Reid. Cut down, back to Hoff. Trying to run it back to Bailey. All part of his grand plan. Going to Yo. Cut down by Long.
was good hustle by the Pies to be able to hold that ball movement by West Coast.
Ed Allen. Up the line, McStay. Punch Bazzo out of it, then drop the footy. Collingwood with numbers. Long. Over the top. Just trying to get Sullivan back onto it. Swaddling with strength. Back for Long. Graham with the bump, not the tackle. And Long just played on. Sent it inside 50. Clean bowled Lindsay. Taken by Harrison. In the square. Membry will walk it to the goal line. Collingwood punish. And extend their lead.
Well, it's messy, but it's beautiful. It's been a clanger fest for...
You're going with hand of God and Messi in one game. I like it.
M-E-double-S-Y.
Yeah, Harvey Norman replay. And just the bump versus tackle. There it is.
And just here, overrunning the ball. No contact. It's a big risk to take. And on that occasion, they rolled snake eyes and it's a strolling goal. Membry's working hard.
Thanks, guys. Let's go.
Another solid game from Tim Membry. 14 disposals, 2 goals.
Second season as coach for Andrew McWalter. Wooden Spoon year 1. Some promising signs that next year is going to be a rocket up the ladder year. Hold, Long is free. Unravelling a little.
Play on.
At the moment, Collingwood have a run on. Looking inspired. Drives it long. Mistake it up. Off hands. Young. Cut down. Harrison got him. Dersma. Young. Starcevic. All under pressure now. Herbert being pursued. Made it Young's problem. Kleiner knocked it down to his own advantage. Couldn't quite trap it. Cole. A clever knock on. Hoff flicks it. Kelly out wide. Out and left to behind. Cameron Whitten got it. Gave it to the right man. Here's Nick again. We missed a target. It's a glitch in the matrix. How did he miss anyone there?
Nobody could believe it. The Eagles go back to McCarthy. Inside 50's racking up for the Pies in this third quarter. Gross. Lindsay. Long one to half forward. Couldn't quite get to Waterman and Punchard. Well, knocked it straight to the boundary line. And hit the turf first.
It's an interesting call for insufficient intent.
Well, if it wasn't a mark, if it had hit the ground.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Certainly seen those paid this year.
What else is it? Has to be called, doesn't it?
Yeah.
West doing the ruck work. Dersma at elevation. Reed, handball over his head. Just missed Kelly. We'll look at it here. Clearly hit the ground first. Maybe just trying to smother it.
You're a kind man.
I knocked it straight to the boundary. Duff Titler. Hoff. Graham. Now Reed. Testing out that injury and that footy just wouldn't come back to him. Graham would smother away by Ed Allen. He's been in the thick of the action today.
He didn't need to take the bounce. The forwards have been in control for large chunks of this game. Just get in there. Give them an opportunity.
Perfect afternoon. McStay doing the ruck work against Duff Titler. Work his way to the front. It's congested in there. Long over it. They're over him.
Let's go straight up. Let's go. Let's go. Jen.
Stone tried to rip it out of the air and did in the end. And got the clearing kick, but you heard the crowd at the moment. He left the boot. It was too wide. Eagles ball on the wing.
Stand.
Herbert.
Play on.
His 10th disposal. He'll take them on. He loves to run and carry. And change direction. High ball into the pocket. Dersma! Well, he called for a pre-game, Kingy. He wanted to see him inside 50 because that's what he can do.
Yeah, he's got special talents in the air. And he's one of those guys that floats a little bit, Jono. He can stay in the air. Just look at this. The ups that he has. I'd love to see him come out of the goal square. I think he's very similar to like a Brendan Goddard, a bit of a throwback. Just needs to convert now.
And the 22 under 22 squad named this week. His coach forgot to mention at training, so I had to apologise. Stewart might put his hand up there after seeing that one out of bounds on the foot.
Making it really hard to make a case for him when he does that, John.
And that's the element where they started the game so well with conversion. Now it's just sort of dropped away again. The youngsters for the Eagles have missed some opportunities.
So Nick to Josh to McCreary somehow got to Bo at the back. He gave it off. On launch from Hayes, got it to half forward. What a run. Not killed though, McCreary goes and gets it and blasts it. A little too wide for everyone. He cut his hair by McCreary because one of Collingwood's assistants said, you'll get 4 possessions more per game if you stop fiddling with your headband. And that's the reason he cut it, because he wants the vision, and he was fiddling with it too much, so got rid of it.
Did the numbers compute? Has the average gone up?
It has, by 4.
Goes out, ball knocked down. And sent inside 50 by McStay. Duff Titler, Lindsay, Herbert taking them on. With some run and carry. Back for Lindsay, boundary line. And a big tackle by Frampton. And in fact, a high tackle.
What do you need to do to get more goals in your game?
No, that's a good point. Well, the headband's working for a lot, so I don't know if many will follow. So I don't think his mum, Bo McCreary, wasn't happy with his hair being cut off. She had a word to it.
Long ball from Allen. McStay. Strong hands. Had a big impact for the Pies. To Nick Dacos. Quainer. Up and under. Towards the 50, West from the side, knocked it out the back, Pies at the spill, Hayes will rove onto it quickest. They're putting a gap in the game. Collingwood, Hayes out the back, and the margin's 27.
Well, the youngsters are clean, and that's the difference at the moment. When you look at both teams, and they've got some young talented stars that are out there. Collingwood's just been cleaner in this third term. Haven't fumbled at all.
And they're getting smacked at clearance. It's plus 10 to Collingwood since the start of the second term. And this, you have to say that the Harley Reid thing's not working. He's had 1 clearance in that time. So you're better off getting a fresh runner in there. I mean, even Herbert, just get someone in there that can excite. There's Craig McRae, very happy with how this game's unfolding. Winning it with attack rather than saving the game, which has been the normal mode.
Kicked 7 of the last 8 goals, Collingwood. Player in gear now. McStay. Williams against him. Harley. And he just hasn't got the speed. Was he cut down illegally? Pleaded the umpire for the free. And the umpire said, keep going, boys. And he's getting a little frustrated, Harley.
Well, he didn't have the ball, so probably would be frustrated.
Let's go forward downstairs.
Just trying to stay popular with the locals.
Dacos, yes, Sullivan. It depends on who you barrack for as to whether you believe that. Membry has got it. Hands it off to Sidey, who just chips it. Not required, so Steele brought by Herbert.
I didn't think it was 15.
Explains himself. I didn't think it was 15. Good enough. We'll move on.
Out of the way, guys. Yeah.
Collingwood looking to lock in a final spot with a win today. Big bump from Dross. Strong start for Pies to Houston. Up through the middle of the ground. Howes on debut. And let's pump it long inside 50. McCarthy back there. Big fist away to the boundary line.
Shanahan's the one for West Coast. Needs to present high. See if he can take some marks on centre wing. Started the game so well. Hasn't seen much of it over the last couple of quarters.
Racking up the inside 50s in this term. Collingwood just gone to another level. The Eagles have struggled to stay with them. McStay won it down. Ricochet away. Reid couldn't quite get there. McCreary diving on top of it. Got back to his feet and holding the ball.
Busy though, he's had a busy quarter, McCreary.
Come back round, stand. All the way back around, Liam. Time.
Your time to get back to your feet. That was his prior as Baker. Long down the line, big pack up, out the back. Williams decided not to fly. Now the race is on. Bouncing footy. Puncher. Feed it forward, Swaddling. The left boot goes to the wing, but Yo split between two pies. Gross with a handle over the top. Yo trying to release. Reed, can he power through? Back for Gross. Eagles go inside 50. Dersmer again. Great lunging spoil from Houston. Saved the day for Collingwood. And now they can counter-attack. Harley Reid, a big bump on Nick Dacos just as he got the footy away. And slightly late, so a down-ground free kick. Collingwood take the advantage. Cameron chips it in and Schultz will mark. They came together. Harley Reid putting that physical pressure onto Nick Dacos, who's back to his feet and will come from the ground. But a goal opportunity for the Pies.
Yeah, it's a big hit and it's a free kick downfield, no doubt. I'm not sure it was clear advantage.
Eventually do get it to a target, Collingwood. And then Schultz back at Optus Stadium. And the former Docker leaves it out to the right.
I think this is creeping into the game. Players getting picked off after they've disposed of the ball. I really think that's something that we need to look at. It needs to be a greater penalty than we currently have.
Could have elected smother as well. That's the other issue. He knew what he was doing, Harley, and he got away with it, really. And if you keep getting away with it, why don't you keep doing it? McCreary weaves his way through them. Long caught by the ear to Josh Dacos, who thumps it deep. Goal square. Flyers go up. Crummer stay down. And Ron Steele salutes, celebrates. And they found a gear, the Magpies, that the Eagles don't have.
They sure have, Dwayne. Plus 20 in disposals. Effectiveness is great. Plus 5 in clearances. Contested possession plus 11. Ground ball gets plus 11, so we can go through it. And that's dominated. And on the scoreboard, 5 goals, 5. 10 shots from 17 entries in this term for the Pies. It's been massive.
Just the 5th time for the season they've hit the 100 mark.
Let's go, guys, set up.
Really have played some aggressive football, isn't it? Like powerful football. And at the moment, they're just a little bit tougher, a little bit harder on the West Coast.
100 with 5.5 to go in the third. Big score they're building now, the Pies.
High contact, Ed Allen.
A free kick and advantage not paid this time. Ed Allen taking it. The 16th disposal coming up. Yo frustrated. Allen's going to go long. West pushed out of it. Young with the spoil. Murdoch. Baker. Wide towards Jack Williams. Craner did well. Side bottom will rove it. Set it too wide. And the last disposal free kick.
Disposals down the line. Stand.
And 5 to play.
Move it on. Play on.
In this third quarter. Pies by 34.
McCarthy gets distance on it. Waterman, big grab, good clutch. Yo. Plenty of time left in this contest. They need some stars to stand up. Shanahan did well. Good second effort, gave it up. Well, the handball was an option. Bang! Frampton said, not on my watch. He took Williams down. Cooked.
That's a tackle. Most deadly tackle of the year. That was massive. Don't go slow in my backyard.
Huge hit from Frampton. And the Eagles try and win it back through Waterman. Coughed it up to Anderson. Coughed it enough to knock it down. Eagles with some numbers. Graham, Duggan, Waterman, option. Frampton and Williams come together again, and Frampton stands tall.
Play on. Play on.
A couple of moments. Punch up for Josh Dacos. His 22nd disposal. Nick's got 29. Both leading the way for the Magpies.
Move it on. Play on.
Punch up. Sends it to half-back. It was shallow of Cameron, and Hoff stood in front. A repeat entry here for the Eagles.
Bailey Williams is free here with Cameron on the mark.
Shanahan in the middle of them all. Houston gets back. Now wrapped up.
He's got to take that, Shanahan. I mean, that's the perfect kick. It's set up nicely. And you back him in 9 times out of 10. He just didn't really commit.
shoulder a little hurt.
Yeah, he looks wounded, doesn't he?
That's not good news for West Coast as Harley Reid finally able to shrug off that injury concern, bursting away at clearance and kicking a much-needed goal for the Eagles.
And I think that's where he should stay, in the forward 50. It's not working in the middle of the ground, and he can do the forward 50 stoppers. He can do centre bounces if need be and then go forward, but this is what he can do. A couple of blocks going on. Really clever play there to put a block on. It looked like it was Gross that did that, which is clever from a young player or an inexperienced player. It's a long way back, but you've got to start somewhere.
That's right, and it goes back to this next set of bounce, of course. Bailey Williams, can he get up over the top of Cameron?
Crowd's finding voice. Collingwood coming off a 9-day rest since last Thursday night's loss to Geelong, so have come off a decent rest into this one. Had a huge quarter and 3 minutes to come in the context of this season. Harley Reid goes and gets it. Gave it to Cole. He wants it back, and he gets it back. Harley generating some momentum back the Eagles' way. Inside, Josh Lindsay. Just game 13. Bunts it. Gets it to Hoff. About to send the Eagles forward. Looks up. Wants to drive it long and deep. He's got Shanahan. He's got Waterman. And Williams in the middle of it all.
Gee whiz, that was a strong mark.
Absolutely. He's had that battle with Frampton. And now this is the moment we've been waiting for. Jack Williams, 2 straight last week. Just the 6 possessions against the Tigers. It's his 5th season. I need someone to take control. Well, Billy's given him what for earlier on in this quarter. Take that. They're not done yet.
I like the work of Huff and the way that he went straight down to his tools, gave them a chance to compete. He had a wide ball where he would have been able to go wide and it would have been slow again. But Williams on this occasion gets an opportunity, 1v1. Frampton was backpedaling, trying to block out. Williams from the side.
Gee, he's going to learn some things, isn't he, Howes? He's shown that he's capable at the level. His kicking's been terrific, but just a couple of times he's just second-guessed himself and hasn't gone into that aerial contest with his direct opponent.
He's actually drafted as a forward to the Magpies. House playing back today on debut, as he has been doing in the VFL. Looked like Collingwood by how far, but the Eagles with an important couple of goals before three-quarter time, keeping them in it, but they'll get the clearance. McCreary inside 50, Bazzo out to attack it. Played it nicely. Baker, Lindsay, Starcevic, Cole. They find their way out of trouble. Links it to Murdoch on the wing. Just got a bit more energy about them. Graham with the fend. Yo over the top. Just couldn't get there in the fingertip. Frampton. Josh Dacos. Out wide. Pies with the numbers. Hoff with a big fist. Away to the boundary line.
It's got to hit that if you're Graham. Chest out. You've got the full forward 50 to work with. Your forward 50 targets are moving. You could have hit one of 3.
Yep.
Missed the lot.
That's the play that just explodes the stadium. 3 in a row, right on three-quarter time, bridging the gap.
You can't underestimate Frampton, though. He's having an All-Australian squad season, if not an All-Australian team season the way he's going. Nick Dacos scoops it up, clean-handed, with the poise. Kept his feet long with the poise. Fed it inside. Kelly with a strong tackle. Umpire let it roll, and he flicked it out. Josh Dacos tackle on Graham. Players were confused. Crowd a little perplexed. Ball up on the wing. There is Billy. You'd think All Australian squad of 44 at least. Bailey Williams, not what the doctor ordered that. Essentially might have just handed it back to the opposition rather than worry about kicking it the way he did, because this is Collingwood's ball and they can have the last roll of the dice maybe for the quarter.
It's been short to Josh Dacos. No hurry Getting word from the bench how long there is left in this term. Hands it up down the line. Bailey Williams athletically. Almost could have marked it in the end. Young copped a bump after he got rid of the kick. Goes back up the field. Houston tracking after it. Running out of some room. Showed a fair bit of it. Josh Dacos played it well. Got it to Quaynham. And the Pies back to half forward. Mixed day. Trying to take it on the chest. Good tackle late on West, but it lingered. Now the free kick to the Pies. An advantage taken. Mixed day. Awkward off the left boot. Bounce will be important. And the Eagles will see it roll over. And Starcevic wants to get it going. They'll go corridor. Made it tough for Herbert. Kelly took a step, so called a play on. Oh, and he lays it up off the left nicely to Hoff. The Eagles can still chip their way through. 20 seconds remaining in this term. Hoff, now long, was a poor kick forward. Frampton found himself in the road. And get a late stoppage. 9 seconds on the time clock at the 50. We've seen late goals in the first couple of quarters. Yo, was he taken high? No whistle. Another ball up.
Well, he nearly got the outcome he was after, Elliot Yo.
Not much time. Harley Reid crashing through. Murdoch, and that will do it through 3/4. It's slow to get back to their feet. Harley Reid still feeling the effects. He's trying to fight through it. He kicked a goal in that term to try and drag his side back into it. And it was impressive from the Pies for most of that quarter as they kicked away. And as we turn for home, they led it by 23 points. And tonight it's Spud's game. Managing mental health. St Kilda, Carlton. Going to be a big occasion. Both sides fighting for a wild card spot. Stick around on your Sunday ticket. The Blues and the Saints.
All right, there we go. 3/4 times. George, how you going? Albert, Olivia, Paul, what's happening? Tell you what, the Pies, well, they're looking pretty good. Well, the West Coast, they got the last 2 goals of that quarter. They could have kicked a little bit straight of the Magpies in that third term. They put on 5 goals, 6. 5 goals, 6. And, of course, West Coast Eagles, 3 goals, 1 in that third term. It's 15-11, 101 the Magpies. The hometown West Coast Eagles, 12-6, 78. What's that? 23 points is the margin. 4 goals. Tell you what, anything can happen in football, but I tell you what, if surely the Magpies can't let this one slip through their fingers. They do look like they've been the better side, the more dominant side today, folks, today. But it was good to see Harley Reid getting a little bit of run back in his leg after that corky in his left thigh. So there we go. But there we go. The Pies just missing a couple. Could have made the margin even bigger. But this should be one. Hey, for all you Collingwood fans out there, if the Magpies go on to win this game, that is the live ladder. They'll be in 8th. They will secure, that's right, they will secure a finals berth if the Magpies win this game. Because, of course, Carlton and St Kilda got to play. So if the Magpies win, they will be clear. There we go. Look, it's mathematically possible they can get into the top 6, but that means beating Hawthorn and Brisbane. And, of course, they're needing Adelaide and Melbourne to lose their next 2. But anyway, Magpies win. They'll play finals. Hey, the goal scorer's out on the ground so far. Daniel McStay leads the way for the Magpies. He's kicked 3 goals. Rowan Steele's got 2 for the Magpies. Lockie Schultz, Tim Membry have 2 singles to Swaddling. Sullivan, Dan Houston, William Hayes has got 1. Nick Dacos, Edward Allen, the goal scorers for the Maggies. For the West Coast Eagles, Jack Williams has got 2 with Shanahan and Tom Gross. Singles to Elliot Yule, Jake Waterman. Harley Reid's bobbed in there with 1 with Millen Murdoch, Tim Kelly, Jack Graham. I tell you what, there's a lot of goal scorers out on the ground. Disposal count, well, there it is. It is the odds-on Brownlow medal favourite. He's doing his job again out there. He leads the way and is the only person in 30 disposals out on the ground up until three-quarter time. Nick Dacos, 30 disposals, 18 kicks, 12 handballs. He's had a mark, a tackle, 8 clearances. He's had about 9 score involvements. He's kicked a goal, 555 metres gain. His brother Josh, next best for the Maggies, 25 disposals. Ned Long, 21. The best for the West Coast Eagles, Tim Kelly on 20. Only 4 players out on the ground, 20 and above. And they are Harley Reid on 19, kicking a goal, 5 clearances. Elliot Yeo on 18, 6 clearances. Darcy Cameron, 17 touches. I tell you what, he's having a good game. Darcy, as is Daniel McStay, the 2 tools for the Maggies. 17 touches, 23 hitouts, 4 clearances. His opposing ruckman, Bailey Williams, 13 touches. 13 touches, 31 hitouts, 3 clearances. So they're pretty even Stevens for the both there. Bo McCreary had a little bit better third quarter, 13 touches there. Dersma looked good, just skewed effort out of bounds on the full when he was having a shot at goal. They'll be hoping he can take a grab with the mullet man. 14 touches for him, hasn't hit the scoreboard. Still Sidebottom having a quiet game with 11 touches. Jack Crisp on 12 touches. Who else have we got there? Liam Baker, as I said, he was a little bit quiet up until half time. He's still quiet for the West Coast Eagles on 11 touches there. Jake Waterman, he's had 10 touches, 6 kicks, 4 handballs for the 1 goal, 2. There we go. Oh, I'm trying to get that focused a bit. Anyway, let's head that back there. Let's get back there. Let's get back to the scoreboard. Let's head back to the commentators, folks. We're going into the final term, Paul. I'm off to Buddhist ceremony now. I missed the last quarter. Oh my gosh, Paul. Look, I tell you what, hopefully when you finish with the ceremony, you'll check up the scores and you go, yep, the Magpies, they got the job done. All right, folks, let's head back down to the boundary. The commentators will take over and they'll take us into the bounce of the ball for the final quarter, whereas the Magpies, by 23 points, coming into the final quarter, all I've got is 2 words to say, and that's go Pies.
You got to give a bit more than that. And then this is off the back of what Collingwood's done from a scoring point of view as well. They're scoring however they like. It's the first time, have to go all the way back to 2019 since they got to 100 points at three-quarter time. So Collingwood scoring from stoppage, scoring from their back half, their back 50, and getting it done in front of the ball as well. So Collingwood, a really strong performance in that third quarter.
It's a massive game for the Pies as the Eagles were there chasing their 5th win of the season. Throw it up to you, David King, Brad Johnson, Harley Reid. He's been struggling all afternoon and you've been calling for him to play forward for the last few quarters too.
Yeah, the coach spent a lot of time with him at three-quarter time. He pretty much spent the whole of the break just chatting with him. How do you want to play it out? What can you cope with? What can you do? We don't want to risk injury here. Is it changing your gait? Those sorts of things. He'd thrash out everything. John Ovey, he had an 8 disposal third term. Just the 2 kicks. We saw one was from that stoppage. It went about 3 metres and through the goals. But he's clearly impacted, and you just wonder what he can offer in here. They're going to have to score. Is it centre bounce and then forward, or what's his role?
Yeah, I think it's definitely forward half in regards to what he'll offer.
He's back into the middle, final quarter underway. Pies trying to lock in a final spot. The Eagles trying to cause an upset. As Graham sends a high ball in, Waterman attacked it. Harley Reid crashing through, taking 2 or 3 with him, and holding the ball is the decision. It's a big contest with Waterman storming out. And the Pies in defence, take it through. Josh Dacos. This was the decision on Harley Reid. White get the handball away, and McStay's going to get the free here.
Another big tackle from Frampton.
Swaddling up the line, turns it over to Lindsay. First goal crucial.
Play on!
Eagles would love to get the first and just build some momentum. Keep the last couple of the third term. Collingwood very keen to just put a little gap in the game. Steady things up. Ed Allen slapped it clear. Long, battling with Gross. Dross lays the tackle. Long was too strong. Feeds it through to McStay. Over the top. Lindsay in the road again. Young just tumbling a footy forward. Over the head of Cameron of Collingwood, it sits up for Waterman, who turns goal side and takes them on. The space opens up to lift the lid. The Eagles roaring back into it.
What a goal. What individual brilliance from Jake Waterman. He ran a long way, but he wanted to get as close to those sticks as he could. He's not exactly seeing them like pineapples, but that's just a great step. He's gone a long way.
10 steps.
He's gone a long way, but snuck it home. Back to 17 points. Game on. Crowd involved.
Don't you can reckon a good story with the truth, Jiggy? That's a good story there. That's a good story. Not if you're a Collingwood fan, but for the game's sake. Game on now. Crowd's into it. Collingwood can still finish in the top 6. They can still miss the 10. Cameron in the middle. Crowd roaring. Clearance huge every moment. Feels really big right now. Harley Reid. Gone the wrong way. You go the right way. Yo out wide. Lindsay trying to spend it wisely. Flicks it out wide to Allen. They've got some momentum and some confidence back. Gross turns, goes. He's heading back on the scoreboard. He scoots it through Jack Williams. Duff Tyler caught. Frampton's been epic again. Quaynor, the most experienced guy back there in essence now. Allen's cut down by Waterman of the crowd in full voice.
Back, please. Darcy, Cooper.
Harley Reid's gone to the goal square.
Duff Tyler pushed out of it by Cameron. Legally, who clears it for the Pies. Young didn't clear it with the fist. Hayes and Lindsay battle. Eagles numbers. Starcevic a fumble at the wrong moment. And another one as Anderson swarmed in, and they might get out the back, the Pies. Membry will send it long. Inside 50, Harrison. Baker kept eyes on the footy. Reaching back over his head, was able to impact. And the Eagles escape. Out to Cole.
That's 50.
Invested and
no standing.
50 against Crisp.
That's great from Baker. Back with the fly, as you say, kept his eyes on it.
Didn't give away the free kick by making contact.
He saved Starcevic.
Yes.
A complete nightmare on half-back flank.
Cole quickly. Dersma out the back. Cross into the pocket. Duff Tyler.
Needs to kick this one now. A couple of opportunities this afternoon for this young man.
Gross has been good, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's actually had some really strong moments. Gross.
Thank you.
He's got
Duff Tyler.
He's got this in him, Paps.
As I said, he's had a couple of misses today already. Just trying to shrug off the pressure. He currently sits on top of Young's shoulders. He steps up to the plate to seize the moment.
Let's go back to Baker King, because that was a great call in regards to what he was able to do to stop the Pies taking a mark deep inside forward 50. Then the transition from there, they get a 50 from it as well, but that's the spoil. Wins his own ball. Great block from Dersma. Well identified as well, not just looking to run to receive the ball. There's Dersma again. Back to 11.
4 goals in a row now for the Eagles. And this one's on a nice edge. Collingwood began the day 9th. The 11 wins, 8 losses and a draw. Back in the middle. Half side by side with Nick Dacos. Williams and Cameron in the ruck. Harley Reid still in there. Allen side by side with him. Cameron went and got it. Hoff went and got him.
That's a good tackle too from Hoff, because Cameron gets that out. The release is to Dacos, and they're out.
A few more come in to congest it a little more. Yo trying to break his way free to Kelly with the experience. Gave it to Graham. Lindsay blasts it, gets as much distance on it as possible. Frampton, Shanahan, not quite. 3 bites of the carry, turns, goes and launches. This would be epic. As good as it gets from the kid. What a moment.
Waterman's giving it away.
Score review. Umpire's call is touched from behind. Please confirm.
Review on the way. At least Waterman.
Review complete. Looking at this angle, we can see the ball's touched. The ball's in the back of the goal line. Decision on the scoreboard.
That's such good playing from Chris.
To get back.
To get back, to head in the game, wingman rolling back for assistance. Small things just have such a massive impact in that role for the team. Well done.
Become critical in the competition, that role. That wing roll, getting back.
Imagine the momentum that would have given the Eagles that goal.
Moments to find margins in this final term as Cameron gets an uninterrupted run at it. Josh Dacos drives them up the field again. McStay, a couple of big marks to the Pies down the line, and they run and spread quickly. Harrison, it's been important linking them up. He's going to send it inside 50 from one end to the other. The Sun a bit of an issue, but not for Membry. 3 big marks down the ground. The Pies able to chain it from defensive 50 and a chance to silence the crowd.
They just do it so well, the Collingwood forwards. They just lay enough body on the assisting defender. Look at Schultz there, just takes Young out of the way and just leaves that as a cold one-on-one when he sees Membry has the advantage.
Takes all of his allotted time to begin his run-up. Tim Membry. And from close range to silence the crowd. It's a steadier for the Pies.
So again, it's only little things, small margins, swinging games, and this was right in the balance of 10 points. Just have a look, ball goes in, just watch Schultz. He knows that Young's really the only one that can impact Membry. Quick look to see where he is, takes him out, and then disrupts the second defender coming in Allen. So he takes all the physical attention and trauma and lets Membry have a clean standard 2-leg jump.
And this is off the back of the Chris touch too, Mini. So that you go back that one step to you identifying the work of Chris to get back, save the day, and then they go down the other end and put a gap in it again.
An enormous amount of time left in it though. Cameron back in the middle. Bailey Williams against him. Allen swoops. Harley couldn't get him. Sweeping handball back to Nick Dacos. Tracks it. Hoff tracks him. Left it behind. Off goes and gets it. Gave it to Graham. Belief still high. What can Harley generate? Goes to Espiritu Yo. Back to Harley. Duggan. More experience. More poise. Just pokes it. Carthy. Harley. Caught high. Little delay in the umpire's decision, but still enough time here for the Eagles to pull one out of the fire. It looks like he's up on the ball at the moment, which is a good news story. Murdoch to the pocket. Did he get enough on it? Shanahan, Duggan, Kleiner, Allen. On his backside, Duggan, who's going to get up and have a shot. Frampton caught. The mighty mouse Murdoch wraps him up, ball up.
He can't kick the ball, Harley Reid. He's having to find a handball receive target every time.
The equal most disposals for the Eagles today, despite that injury. Murdoch in and under. Bailey Williams, Houston trying to get it clear. Ed Allen, Nick Dacos along the boundary. And kick under pressure. Clean bowls a few of them. Starcevic wrapped up by McCreary, trying to fight his way through it. Ball up.
Rex. Thanks, guys. Darcy. Jack. Put it half at the back.
Williams in the ruck. That's Jack. Inside 50, Shanahan was there. Spills away, Reed's inside 50. Clever handball over his head. Away now, Waterman outside the boots. The Eagles won't go away.
Oh, the over-the-topper. There was a couple of handballs that just kept the ball going for the West Coast Eagles. In the end, it was smart. Just a quick kick out of the stoppage from Elliot Yo. Contest after contest just keep turning up. Harley Reid with the flick over the top. And Waterman again.
Golly, Reed. He just has a dangerous look about him every time he gets the ball. So 2 and 3 Collingwood defenders rush to him, and they just leave players exposing them on the outside. That's why I love him deep forward.
Collingwood did lead this game by over 30. You feel their whole season might hinge on this. They've got Hawthorn at the MCG in Brisbane. At the MCG after this. They're not guaranteed to make the 10 yet. Long launch inside 50. Big grab back from McCarthy.
Well, he had to mark it. Schultz was at ground level. Let him go into the contest. That's what he's got down the ground. Chip sideways to Herbert.
And as Herbert play up the field a bit, he generates so much momentum. And he takes him on again here brilliantly. Dumps it long towards the wing. Williams! Good grab. They are inspired at the moment, the Eagles.
Reed to Kelly. Cross into trouble. Josh Dacos in there. Kelly trying to make amends. Pressure red hot. Eagles with the extra number. Too much on it for Lindsay. Membry came up to press. And a ball up.
So hot footy. Trying to expose them with the handball chains. Almost got out, but good work by the Pies.
The Eagles have won more of it in this term. Cameron got creative. After it, Hayes. Quickly done across to Membry. Pies go inside 50. McCarthy in front. Schultz out the back. Played it cleverly. Sidestep. McCarthy sprawling. Schultz is firing.
Big goal by Schultz. West Coast with a smother opportunity at centre half forward. And I think this the desperation to really dive across it was there. Big opportunity there. It was just hands in. Can you offer more in that scenario from a desperation perspective? Schultz smart. What a step.
It's great body work early. This little subtle push there. He used the forearms. Didn't put both hands in the middle of the back of the umpire. I thought, no, that's okay. It did enough to take the Eagles defender out of the play.
Craig McRae knows how big it is.
Oh, yeah.
5th season as coach for Craig McRae. 3rd, 1st, 9th, 3rd.
That would have got Pendles off the couch, I reckon, at home.
Absolutely. Great to have your company wherever you're watching on Fox Footy. Nick Dacos gives it off. Chris, he torps it to half forward. He got 60 on it. Baker and Young combined to help it to the line. 12 minutes, 3 goals. That's the equation for the Eagles right now. They've won 16 of their 21 against Collingwood here in WA. A reasonable record against the Pies.
It might be a big couch. It might have Maynard, Morehouse, Pendlebury to go here. All of them.
Oh, yeah.
Baker. Smothered by Anderson. Crisp on the boot. Bounce important. Membry attacked it. Young trying to clear a path. McCreary's there. Baker. They'll both go hard at the footy. Help up ignored. Ball to be thrown in. Game on the line. 16-point margin. McStay doing the ruck work. And some runners. Schultz twisting, turning, almost taken high. Got it out to Membry, who snaps and curls it home. Collingwood with a couple of clutch goals.
Schultz is so dangerous, isn't he? And he should have probably been rewarded with a high free kick, but he exposed them on the outside. And I just think Young took a beat to reset on Membry. So there's the dancing, broken tackles, ball spills to Young, and Young just didn't quite close quick enough, and he allowed Membry just that moment he needed to settle and convert. But Schultz, he's been dynamic in this last term.
That'll make him feel a bit more comfortable on the couch at home. They'll have some ice on, won't they? Pendles has got the cork calf. Be a good lounge room to be in right now, though, for Collingwood.
Nice plus sofa, I'm sure.
Yeah, it would be. Checking it at the moment. See, that's tough. To touch a thumb or not, have to be definitive to overturn it.
Oh, maybe it has.
Young claimed it straight away.
I think it has. Okay.
You just need to watch the reaction of
Review
players.
complete. Looking at this angle, we can see the ball's touched by the left hand of the West Coast defender. Decision on the scoreboard.
So there you go. I normally agree with you, Scully, but the whole Melbourne back six live was yesterday.
So Melbourne not happy and it's a little less comfortable on that couch at the moment. 15-7 to 17-12. This time it's been Collingwood a little more inaccurate than the Eagles.
That's Harley Reid with his hand up long on the logo.
McCarthy looks up, he runs his full measure and belts it in hope. Harley's at the back, he heads the pack under it. Chris was clever, stripped, Harley clever. Gathers, flicks, that's his trademark, got it up. Cole, ugly bounce to Murdoch, Quainer gets back. Frampton gets back, huge ball to win. He's over it, he flicks it. Herbert had it, he threw that to Harley, got away. Was that a kick? Huge tackle by Harvey Harrison. Put his heart and soul into that.
And that's becoming the difference, sticking your tackles versus broken tackles. Just enough.
Yep.
Long up the line. Bazzo, the spoil, but straight down to Anderson. Big one-on-one this. Schultz and McCarthy go to work again. McCreary at the spill. Will be too quick for them. He turns and burns inside 50. Hayes round. McCarthy, what a tackle. Holding the ball. The desperation at the death.
Well, that's one you absolutely had to have.
And 50 as well, so here we go. What can they produce off this, West Coast?
Oh, this is amazing.
Look, didn't give up on McQuarrie. Gets there.
So ball to the middle. McCarthy goes wide rather than go forward. Holds possession. Bazzo. Horrible. Horrible. Perfect if you're a Collingwood fan. Membry to Nick Dacos. Heads inside 50 to the hot man. Schultz has been unstoppable.
Talk about deflating. That kick there.
Man's got to know his limitations.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not the aggressive kick that's for you to take.
Personally, though, look, where McCarthy was getting his 50 from, you'd love to see a ball driven to something more effective for in the forward half.
He may never kick the Bazzo again.
If Collingwood win this game, they're assured of finals. They will finish in the top 10. Schultz can't nail it shut. It is still alive. He scraped it in for a score at least, so it's an even 3-goal margin.
Under 10 minutes. Herbert. McCarthy. Long down the line. Tersma trying to elevate off hands. Boundary throwing. Similar type of game to when they met earlier on in the season. Eyes got out to 34-point lead. Eagles fought back. Margin ended up at 10. We're at 18 right now. Graham in there. Gross came up with it. Dersma just in time got the kick away. Cameron, the safety down the line.
See, good body work again. Just the little things playing, or just checks the run of Duff Tyler and he can't get there.
Cameron and towards McStay, taken out of his hands by Yo. They duck their way through. Wilson again inside 50. Schultz, Starcevic too strong.
What a great one-on-one. There were only 2 players inside 50. He skins it to Lindsay. Duggan. Corralled a little by Steele. Got a kick away, but it's a mongrel. Murdoch did his best, though. Josh Dacos, Chris. Got away from Yo. Little dance step, Olay over his head with the ball, and then inside 50. Good grab, Starcevic to set it all up again. They recruit him for what a gun he's been for a long, long time in big pressure games as well. Finds McCarthy, who finds Baker. Speaking of big pressure game performers.
They just set the ground up so well, Collingwood.
Baker down the line. Cameron trying to get across. Tough tight was there. Spoil from Frampton. Side bottom reached in a tackle by Cole.
Can they do out of this clearance now, West Coast? Get a stoppage. Centre wing.
Harley Reid. Big clearance. Sends it forward, but Puncher in front.
Jake, let him up.
Forward intercept for the Pies. Quainer. Will go for a gallop. Up the middle of the ground. Share it with Josh Dacos. Back for Quainer. Darts the kick low. Good delivery. I just missed Sullivan. And it opens the door for the Eagles. Yo. Murdoch. Duggan. The overlap run. They want it in long and deep. Waterman holds position. Puncher. Terrific spoil. Reid at the spill. Nick Dacos just clears the area. Such an important spoil from the Collingwood defender in Puncher. Duggan. Murdoch. Arms clear. Found Starcevic. Knocked down. Pies in defence. Houston trapped it. Nick Dacos back for Houston. Now Josh Dacos to half-back again. West. Boundary line looms. Murdoch kicked it in. Got it forward. Duggan on the boot. Just wheeling it inside 50. At the spill. Harrison missed it. Cole on the boot. Sends it goalward. Out of a high.
Just enough pressure on the kick of Cole. Got to give credit to Puncher as well. His last two contests going forward were so important for Collingwood.
Huge moments. He was out of position and was able to hold his ground, wasn't pushed under the ball. Game 6 for Liam Puncher, and he's up for the challenge. Josh Dacos heads wide. Shorts comes up to make a contest. Duggan stole it. Back to the top of the 50 in Houston. Playing his way at the moment. Dan Houston, we're down to 6 minutes, 17 points to margin.
Just blasting a bit at the moment, the Eagles, just blasting deep and long.
Stand.
Houston for Quainer. Eyes in no rush. A lot of players. Long down the wing. That's where the footy heads. Bailey Williams try to launch. Offhand, Starcevic tackled.
Thanks, guys. Darcy.
Andrew McCorper. Bailey sat down.
Darcy, Bailey, third part.
6 minutes remaining. Cameron laid it straight down to Yo. Eagles with the clearance to half forward. Houston across. Spills to Harley Reid. Back through the traffic. Got the hands clear, but turn it over. Houston. Josh Dacos. They get it moving through Steele and Crisp with a long kick. Big ball this one to win. And a holding free will go to McCreary.
Big one-on-one to win from Bo McCreary.
Done some important things today. Sting the kick in low and flat, but straight to Bazzo, who intercepts for the Eagles.
Time to go, and he knew it. Starcevic, not a bad guy to go to, though. Wise decision maker at half-back.
They've got to threaten corridor here. They've got to play brave to win this game.
And need 3 goals to take the lead. Wide, Cameron and Jack Williams. Good, solid grab in that one-on-one. Little things are big things now. Pumps it down the line, gets it out wide to Harley. Good guy to go to. What's Harley going to do? Just floats into the pocket.
Oh, he's got to go.
And Frampton went and Dersma didn't.
Yeah, Dersma thought it was his teammate coming out on the lead.
He just had to go.
Yeah.
He just had to say, you know what, I think that's mine.
Even if it is your own teammate coming from behind. Frampton wide. Starcevic tries to get the spill. Duggan. Cameron flicks it over the top. Mistake, and they get a knockout blow here, Collingwood. Little flick back. Hayes went back and got it. He's got Nick. He's got Sullivan. He's got options of plenty inside 50. Handball off. Finish it off. Steele. And he can't. It's an even 3-goal margin. That's a big miss. Keeps them in it. 4 minutes. 4 minutes and counting.
Yeah, a couple of players corridor for kick out. Opted not to go there.
Cole will take it and go. Eagles cannot waste time. They're going to go up the line. Shanahan through his hands. Couldn't hang on. All over the boundary line.
Gee, he's done a brilliant job, Frampton, hasn't he? I mean, they looked a bit out of sorts the first 6 or 7 minutes, and then since then they've just really taken control of that.
That's it.
That back line.
Billy's back line.
Billy's back line today, absolutely.
Almost 48,000 here. Enjoying a Sunday afternoon at the footy. Nick Dacos getting involved again. McCreary just bustled his way through. Anderson trying to surge it. Herbert tackled by Schultz and holding the ball. It's been a big performance by Lockie Schultz with just all the little things as well as cashing in on the scoreboard. Big tackle gets rewarded.
3 goals, 3 already. Playing deep. I mean, he's just been terrific, John. He's created opportunity everywhere. He's had 9 score involvements as a deep forward. Big day.
He's got plenty of time here as a Fremantle Docker. 5 years at Fremantle for the 90 games. Knows this stadium well. He'll load up from just inside 50. And he misses. But it does make it a 19-point game.
And he took 30 seconds off the clock doing it as well. 4 scores to win now. Starstretch down the spine. Gets as much on it as he can. Yo steals it, gave to Graham, left it behind. Long Witten got it, wasn't a kick. His tackle and the umpire cut him some slack. 2:37 away, Collingwood from locking in a final spot in 2026. Locking in a top 10 spot. And top 6 not out of the question. Long thumps it, launches it. McStay can't take the mark, hits the deck. Starstretch hunted down by Dan. Strong tackle, holds it in the area. Down to 2:25.
23 forward, 50 tackles today, the Pies.
McStay smashed it on, but Herbert was waiting back there. Out wide to Duggan. Duff Tytler's broken to the wing. In some space, he can use Dersma. Wants to turn back inside. And he's going to send it as long as he can. Into the targets of Reid and Shanahan, but puncher! And that's a nasty landing after a terrific mark.
Chips are central. Crisp. Side bottom. Experienced Stars out wide. Possession footy, McCreary. The 1-2 is on. Anderson. Gets it to him just. McCreary, did he mark that in the field of play? He did.
Contact with the boundary, he's called out of bounds.
No, he's caught it on the full, is he?
He's caught it out of bounds.
It can't be, it's on the
Caught it a
field.
marker on the full, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a bit of confusion.
Yeah, if they call it out of bounds, they can review it.
I played the mark.
So he hasn't lost contact with the ball. He's controlled that. Has to be a mark.
It's a mark. Bailey, it's a mark.
Yeah. I thought he went with a lasso sound there.
Two with lasso.
His ear lasso, because it is a mark. Okay.
There's confusion everywhere.
But the right result, really. With a lasso. Let's get a few Collingwood fans on the couch at home as Bailey Williams takes the grab. But run a long time now to Young. Chips it wide. Dersma holds it up, and he's held up well. More seconds tick down.
Herbert over the top. Graham run down by Steele. Must have got a boot to it. Back for Herbert. Oh, ugly kick across the defensive 50. Really, they've struggled in today. Pushed out was Baker by McCreary. Ball use in the back half. Been an issue for the Eagles. A number of turnovers. Shanahan created some space. Gonna turn back. Frampton. Away, Nick Dacos. Back to Josh, back to Nick. Handball over the top. Coming around the body. And strong work by Baker. Nick Dacos, 39 disposals. And as that one's turned over again by the Eagles by foot in Houston. As the seconds tick down. show too much of it to Beau Allen. Get one more stoppage before the finish. That's what the Pies have got ahead. Hawthorn and Brisbane, two difficult games, but this win will cement them at least in a wild card spot. Fight back by the Eagles in the second half. Collingwood survive a little scare, and they are guaranteed to play finals in season 2026. Led by 39 disposals by Nick Dacos. They see off the Eagles, winners by 19 points, and a finals beckon.
What a performance by the Pies. This is huge when you look at the players, the senior players that are out of the lineup, and the ends were fantastic this afternoon. The young players all had fantastic moments throughout this contest. That's why you see Craig McRae super pumped on the bench, come to WA with a young team and inexperienced lineup, get the job done, go home wildcard bound in 2026. It's a side that can have an impact.
They went on attack, scored their second highest total for the season, and it looked a bit shaky there for a while, but they were in safe hands. Frampton behind the ball. There's the coach just to give out a few selfies and a couple of autographs. He's pumped, and why wouldn't you be? I mean, it's always a risk when you take a young squad on the road, John Owen. They're all important games, but I just think this is a good one for the development program of the Collingwood Football Club, that you can make so many changes and have so much turmoil and selection, particularly down back with no Maynard, Moore, Howe, Perriman. You're really going deep into your resources. Howe's got an opportunity down there. It was a challenge early, but he gathered himself in the second half. It won't read as a special win against the West Coast Eagles. You'll just tick it off. Oh, yeah, of course it was. But I think this is more than that.
It was. The way they played was fantastic. Their senior players stood up as well today. The both Dacos boys, of course, as always. Cameron, Membry, McStay. Schiltz, excellent performer.
Is it another three-voter?
Schultz would have to get a few somewhere. 3-4 was pretty good.
Let's get down to Kath Lockman.
Got the star of the show alongside me, Nick Dacos. Congratulations. What does that mean? How big is this in the context of your season and the players you were missing today?
Oh, massive win. West Coast have been going unbelievable. We knew how strong they are up here too, so we really set ourselves to this game. But Fly was really big all week. We did have a few outs, but we were more focused on what we had, and that was youth. And gee, it was fun coming up on the Perth trip with some of the younger boys, and they're going to be absolute stars. Like, I just want to keep getting games into them. It's super exciting, and hopefully they take a great experience from this win.
Given you were undermanned down back, how much responsibility did you feel as a midfield group to really get it done in the middle of the ground and to not put too much pressure on them down back, because you taught West Coast a few lessons at clearance?
Yeah, we feel like we've been... we haven't been ourselves at clearance, and that was something we went to work on during the week, and our defence has held up unbelievably. I think they're second in the comp for how much they give away points-wise, considering how many inside 50s we give away, if that makes any sense. So we wanted to get to work today, and West Coast are a good midfield. But once again, some young lads in there. Ed Allen, Ned Long, Darcy Cameron's a little bit older, but he's having another great season. And I was just a beneficiary of a lot of their work, and super exciting.
Ed copped a pretty heavy hit from Starcevic in the second quarter, didn't he? And then you copped the bump from Harley Reid. There was a bit of friendly fire out there. Yeah,
I couldn't stop apologising to Ed at half-time because I gave him one of the worst handballs you'll see. I set him up, so I definitely owe him one, but he's so tough. We highlighted that at half-time. He got straight back up and got back to his match-up, and I'm loving playing with him, and as I said, they're bringing great excitement.
And Harley's bump on you, I mean, even the fans were giving it to you when you went to the bench. You had the nice little clap towards the West Coast fans.
Nah, it's all good fun. I love it. I love the coming into a hostile environment. I feel like our boys really relish it, and we were sort of sitting around today saying if there is a wild card opportunity or finals, we'd love to travel. Our fans, they're unbelievable. They travel everywhere with us, and we feel like we really rally as a group travelling interstate. But the MCG is pretty good too.
And speaking of the MCG, you've got a couple of big games. So Hawthorn and Brisbane, is it almost feeling like finals is starting now for Collingwood?
Yeah, we've been pretty big on every game, super important. We put ourselves in a position where we do need to win, and Hawthorn had an off night clearly the other night. We know they're not going to play like that, and they're such a tough outfit, so we're going to have to bring our best again. But super exciting opportunity. And then Brisbane's Brisbane, aren't they? They're just bloody unbelievable, and they're so good to watch. So that'll be another tough game. But if we want to be there at the pointy end of the season, we've got to win those games. So it'll be exciting.
Congratulations. Go and enjoy with your Perth fans.
Thank you. Thanks.
You know what that is, Dwayne? 20-plus kicks for Nick. 8-1 now.
I love it. And here's the ladder. And again, that's 74 possessions between the two Dakai combined. That's, I think, from memory, equal best all time for brothers with the four Dannahers, Chris, Anthony, Neil and Terry, who got 74 back in 1990 when they played together. Let's head back down to Will Schofield.
I'm down here with Lockie Schultz, new dad, mate. You had a little boy a couple of weeks ago. Must be nice playing in front of your family and obviously a Victorian, but being back here in Perth.
Yeah, it's always great coming back to Perth. Obviously played a big part in my career, and to come back and get to catch up with a few of the Freo boys and relive a few old memories is always good. And new dad, so bit to talk about with that. But no, he's going really well, and the missus is killing it. So really happy.
You getting some sleep?
Enough. Missus is taking the brunt of it, so no, she's good.
Okay, that's good because you're a full-blown full forward now. You're out of the goal square one-on-one. Jamie Elliott on the side. You've had 7 shots at goal. Do they know you plug a locket? What's happening down there?
That's what Tyson Goldsack, our forwards coach, been calling me plugger. But no, it's just, mate, I just do whatever is needed. And as soon as Jamie went down, obviously there was a role to sort of fill down there, and I just sort of do what's best for the team. So if I had the kicker boots on today, it could have been a bit better, but just stoked to get the win, mate. Like it's one of those years where anyone can beat anyone, and if the team doesn't turn up, they probably lose. So it was just credit to the boys, young side today, and great experience for a few of the young guys. It was really great performance for everyone.
I agree with you with this season. So given finals is on the horizon, you must have a fair bit of belief that you can beat most sides.
Absolutely. I think we sort of got to the midway point of the year, and we looked at our game and thought, let's try and get a bit of speed back in it and really expose teams going back at them off turnover. And since we've done that, everyone seems to be flourishing. Our key forwards the last couple of months have been unbelievable. Demi Stay has just come to fruition, and his form has been elite. So it's just awesome to see guys filling their boots.
A couple of the old boys will be back in the team next week, we hope. Is that what you're hoping as well?
Yeah. I don't know what the goal is for them, but it'll be good to get a few of them back in. And we've been hit by the injury front this year, but I think we've got a few returning in the next couple of weeks.
Good, mate. I know you're a tough matchup down in the goal square. I'll let you get back to the fans, and good to see you back here in Perth.
Thanks, Gary. Thanks, mate.
The form of Dan McStay, you can't overlook either, Jono. I think his last 3 or 4 weeks been unbelievable. 3 goals, 2 today, 15 score involvements, and he had the 20 disposals. He's impacting as much as anyone in the forward half of the ground right now.
And another 4 tackles inside forward 50 as well. He had 9 tackles last week, Dwayne, you were saying during the call. So, you know, he's a man in super form, providing a great target down forward for them. Also with some pressure on the way out. McQuarrie stepped up as well today. Second half in particular, the energy, the ability to run the game right out with the speed was important.
Just all the senior guys, really. The more you look through it, the more you see the Dacos brothers. Cameron stands up. Membry does what he has to do, kicks 3 goals. McStay we've mentioned. And then obviously you got Schultz deep forward doing what he was doing. So it just makes it so much easier for those youngsters coming in to not have to carry responsibility to the nth degree. I thought it was terrific. Terrific team first performance. A lot of individual acts out there, you say, were team first, and the little blocks we showed, and just helping each other out. Little number 7, love Nick Josh Dacos, not Nick. That's a rarity, isn't it? But he'd be wrapped, Craig McRae. What a win.
Oh, yeah, they'd be super pumped with what they've achieved as a football club. I think Nick summed it up really well with Kath in regards to the week and the youth and all travelling together. And Craig said it before the game today in his interview as well, in regards to youth and enthusiasm. It's youth enthusiasm system. They're the 3 things.
10 separate goal kickers for Collingwood today as well. 17-5 to 15-8. A victory by 19 points. The footy never stops on Fox Footy. Been great to have your company so far on the Sunday kick. It's still to come. Massive game tonight. St Kilda and Carlton from Marvel. And the song for Collingwood fans coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
All right, there we go, folks. The Magpies, they did it. Music Health King, Manny. I tell you what, too good the Pies. If they finish fourth, we could need to lose the qualifying final in order to meet the Pies. But if we have a look at this live ladder before we have a look at the stats, if we have a look at the live ladder, the Cats are still sitting seventh, a game outside of the top six. Adelaide, Melbourne, I tell you what, the way they're playing, I don't know whether they'll lose another game. Let's just have a little bit of a look. Of course, St Kilda Carlton coming up next. Let's just have a quick look at the fixture. Round 23 next week. Could be a chance. Adelaide actually go over to Optus Stadium in Perth and play Fremantle. North Melbourne play the Cats at Marvel Stadium. North Melbourne's going all right. And, of course, who do I say? Melbourne's the other team. Melbourne play Port Adelaide. You'd think Melbourne would possibly win that game. And in the final round, of course, who is it? Oh, the Cats play Richmond, so that should be a win. Adelaide play the Giants. You would expect Adelaide to win that game at home as well. I'll tell you what, it's going to be very, very interesting coming into the last one. Who's going to get the job done? Where they're still going to sit on the ladder. I mean, these two teams could change. These teams could drop. The Pies, if they could do the miracle and topple Hawthorn and Brisbane, my gosh, it could just all change around. Even if Sydney happen to lose their next two games, Sydney will end up second. First and second are cemented. It's just the rest of the teams. Anyway, before we just head back, hey, let's just have a quick look at the stats of goal scorers. Jake Waterman for the West Coast Eagles, 3 goals. Jack Williams got 2 with Shanahan Gross. Elliot Yeo got 1 with Harley Reid, Murdoch, Tim Kelly. Jack Graham got 1. Dufford, Tyler got 1. There you goal scorers for the Eagles. For the Magpies, Lockie Schultz and Tim Membry, Daniel McStay ended up with 3 goals. Rowan Steele got 2. Swaddling, Sullivan, Dan Houston, Willie Hayes got 1. Nick Dacos, the Brownlow medalist of 2026, he got 1. Of course, Edward Allen got 1 as well. Disposal count, Nick Dacos, 39 disposals, 21 kicks, 18 handballs, 10 clearances, about 55 score involvements, 1 goal, 3 Brownlow votes. Probably, I don't know, maybe Josh, maybe 2. He got 35 touches. Wow, Harley Reid playing some great football, trying his heart out. The best for West Coast on 30. They were the only 3. And, of course, I think they tagged Nick for the first half, but they just couldn't stop him. Elliot, 28 for the Eagles, Ned Long, 25. There we go. Let's roll on down. Tim Membry, not too bad. 20 touches with Dan McStay and Edward Allen. 3 goals, 1 goal. Well done, boys. You did pretty well. Bo McCreary, tell you what, he's got some dash, Bo McCreary. I'd like to see him in the centre. 18 disposals. Who else we got there? Bailey Williams, 17 disposals, 38 hitouts, 3 clearances. Where was our other ruckman? Darcy Cameron, 24 touches, 30 hitouts, 6 clearances. He had a good final quarter. Sam Swaddling, 14 touches, 1 goal for him as we roll on down. Jake the Mullet Waterman, well, he kicked a little bit straighter today, 12 disposals, 8 kicks, 3 goals, 2. So he'll be feeling a little bit better after his 2 goals, 6 from last week, as we're still waiting. Disposal count, it was just +6 to the Eagles, so pretty tight. The Magpies went inside forward 50 on 11 more occasions. Free kicks, well, the Magpies ended up taking control there, 22-17. There we go. Hang on, the theme song's about to come. For the good old Collingwood. Go Pies. There we go. All right, we can't listen to anything because they've gone on to the next game, Carlton and St Kilda. You never know. I might do the second half of that game. We'll check it out. But who's going to win that game? You know what? I think St Kilda might win that and put Carlton outside of the top 10. Stoppages. Let's have a quick glance. +9 hit-outs to the Eagles. Collingwood were in front all day on the clearance part. They were +12 on the clearances. That consisted of +5 out of the centre, 18 to 13, and 7 from the stoppages, 30 to 23. Well done, Pies, above season average. I tell you what, it was a really good contested game, a great game to watch, a bit of speed. It was just fantastic. The weather was great. The crowd was alive. It was a good game to watch. As I said, contested, which was a pretty well contested game, a 144, 156. Pies just the +12 there. Eagles were good at the marks, but the Magpies had the better marks inside forward 50, 12 to 10. Both teams are getting their chances. Tackle count, good to see both teams, as we said at half time, although the tackle count did slow down a little bit the second half. It was about 42 to 40, somewhere there at half time. And it ended up, when this loads up, I don't know why this always loads, 68 to 72 in the tackle count. Well done to both sides. And if you don't mind, umpire, have a look at the tackle count of the Magpies. Tackles inside forward 50. A third of their tackles came from there, 23 to 13. My gosh, season average is 12, 23. Magpies, well done. That's what we like to see. Need to bring that pressure, but I tell you what, that's the game. As I said at half time, Magpies did look the dominant side out there today, and they got the job done. So well done to the Magpies. Well done. You cemented yourself in the finals 2026. There we go. And I'm just going to have a little bit of a look. If you like those odds, folks, the Magpies, they're going to play finals. They're $56 to win the flag. $56 to win the flag. Geelong at 13, Freo. Fremantle are still $3.10. I think they've just got a stranglehold on this flag, Freo. I'll tell you what, the next game coming up, Carlton and St Kilda, where you think St Kilda might win that game. Carlton are 67 to win the flag. St Kilda are 151. I think St Kilda is going to be in the top 10 after this next game. Should be interesting. Even the Western Bulldogs, 67 to win the flag. Look, I know it's going to be tough. It always is. If you're not in the top 4, she's pretty tough. The way Brisbane are going, they come right in the second favourite at $4.33 for the flag. They were just fantastic last night, crunching Hawthorn. Hawthorn are like the pretenders. Hawthorn are the pretenders. They look good until it comes to games that count. And Sydney, of course, look, Sydney could be the forgotten team in all this at 650. But I tell you what, just to wrap up the winners of this round so far, we did have North Melbourne beating the Western Bulldogs. Tell you what, it's going to be interesting. North Melbourne taking that form into the Catters next week. 100 to 77 over the Bullies. Brisbane Lions smashing Hawthorn 125-58. Melbourne getting the job done by 4 points over Fremantle, 113-109. Sydney Swans demolished Port Adelaide at the SCG, 167 to 70. Geelong having a cruisy win, 117 to 50. That's all they had to do was win, and they did that. Adelaide just over Richmond. Holy Toledo, Batman, 63 to 54 in a low-scoring affair. The Gold Coast Suns, can you believe it, after 10 straight losses, they're back on the winner's circle over the GWS Giants, 79-77. And, of course, the team that everyone loves, Collingwood, had a great game, great battle with West Coast Eagles, 117-98. And, of course, the other game is underway, St Kilda and Carlton. No, that starts in 4.5 minutes. But if I cover any of that game, it'll be the second half. If I do, I'm not 100% sure yet. We will just wait and see. We'll wait and see, but it should be good. It's not televised, so should be good. Yeah, go Saints, go Saints. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. There we go. $20 on the pot. You bet on the Pies today? $20 at the odds. What are they, about 67? The only problem is they've got a few players out. I'm not sure if Pendles is right to come back. DeGoey, I think, said he struggled to get through some of the training, so that's why he missed this game. But look, you never know. Look, I think any one of these teams can do the job on the other opposition when they play their best football. It's just some teams go in a little bit fresher when they have the rest, and other teams just got to play tough game after tough game, especially when it comes final. You want to be in Moorabbin when the Saints go marching in. Patrick, depends on which North shows up. I tell you what though, North has really lifted. They've, I know they're saying Clarko's under a little bit of pressure and all that type of stuff, but I tell you what, they've definitely improved since last year. It may be just slightly, but they've certainly improved a bit last year. Some of those closer games, they're getting the job done, and they're actually looking really good, especially like last week against the Western Bulldogs this week when they played them to beat them. So, look, it's going to be a great test against the Cats. If they can bring that form into this game, I think it's going to be a close one. Of course, Marvel Stadium, North Melbourne played pretty good there. And I think Geelong will probably still got a couple of their guns out. I'm not sure if Danger's in. Their other gun, Cameron's probably out still, I think. So I tell you what, all the games are not that easy. They're not that easy at the moment. But games you expect to win, you can sort of lose, and games you expect to lose, you can win. So tell you what, it's going to be a great round of football next week. There we go. I was just having a look at I just want to have a look at the fixture for next week. I'll just give you a rundown who's playing next week. Next Friday night football, of course, Fremantle and Adelaide Crows at Optus Stadium. No Thursday night football. We head straight to Friday night football. Saturday, this game could possibly put Carlton outside. If St Kilda win tonight, you would just about think that guarantees them final, because next week St Kilda take on Richmond at the MCG. You think the Saints would win that one. Of course, next Saturday afternoon, 3:45 p.m, you got North Melbourne taking on Geelong, Marvel Stadium. That's going to be an absolute rip snorter of a game. And of course, you go up to the Gabba. 4:15, Brisbane Lions taking on the Gold Coast Suns. Gold Coast coming back in form. We'll be cheering for the Gold Coast Suns. You better believe it. Hawthorn taking on Collingwood next Saturday night. It's going to be a ring-a-ding-ding-ding game, I tell you what. The Magpies, though, they always have a little bit of trouble against the Hawks. But let's hope the Pies can get the job done, just to get a little bit of confidence and momentum coming in to the finals. Only 3 weeks away. 7:40 p.m. that game. And of course, the next game on, well, it only matters to the Melbourne people. Port Adelaide will play Melbourne at Adelaide Oval. And of course, next Sunday, we've got three games there. The GWS Giants at Engie Stadium. They're taking on the West Coast Eagles. That'll be an interesting game as well. And of course, Sunday Arvo, we've got Western Bulldogs taking on Carlton. That could be a dead rubber for Carlton. All depends on how Carlton go tonight. If Carlton win tonight, hang on, let me just check that, look at that ladder. Yeah, if Carlton win tonight, that is game, set, match. The top 10 is settled. But if Carlton lose tonight, I'll tell you what, it can all be determined before Carlton play next week against the Western Bulldogs, and then Essendon, Sydney, the MCG, where you think Sydney will win by about 100 points in that game next week. When Plugger comes rolling in, I tell you what, Nessa is St Kilda. Yeah, look, he's a pretty good player. He's not a bad player, but he's certainly no Nick Dacos. North are looking great. I agree there. 28 Fabric. Come on, Saints. Pies will give Hawks a good game. Ring-a-ding-ding. They certainly will. It'll be interesting to see Tasmania. I think Tasmania comes in 2028. That'll be interesting. You probably want to get your draft picks there. I'll tell you what, these teams down the bottom, Essendon, They'll be absolutely so happy down there at the bottom of the ladder. They'll be laughing. All the new coaches and that coming in, they'll be absolutely astounded with laughter that they're down there so they can get some of these draft picks. Because I think when the new sides come in, just like happened to Gold Coast and all that type of thing, they took the best of the bunch. And it was a little bit harder for the draft picks while the new team come in, Tassie B team. You know what? It's about time Tasmania came into the squad, though. It's about time Tasmania came in. I don't know why they were left out for so long. And, you know, look, I'm tipping that possibly they'll be the next team after that. You would have to think probably Northern Territory would come into the game. You'd imagine that'll be the next one, but that could be years and years and years away. Who knows? Who knows? It could be just too hot for the players up there, although a lot of local talent will probably get a few games, but it'll be good. It'll be good. Who got the, Ken Hinkley got the coach's job. Look, it should be all right. Quite personally, I think it would have been better off with Horse getting the job, but they gave it to Ken. I know Nathan Buckley was up for the job. I thought, you know, maybe I think Horse, what's his name? Horse, the old Sydney coach. I think he would have probably been the right fit because I think he was pretty good developing players, and I think he was probably the better coach out of them all. But there we go. But what a fantastic game we had today. Of course, West Coast Eagles just fading. Although they did win the final quarter, West Coast kicking 3 goals 2. Magpies kicking 2 goals 4. West Coast did win the final quarter. Look, they could have a bright future, West Coast Eagles. They just need to get a few more players around there, a few more classy players. They've got a few older players too, probably some that, you know, quite possibly looking to retire, like the Magpies. You know, after a few games watching there, I was thinking who might be one of the older boys to retire from the Magpies. And I was thinking, you know, because they may not let Steel Sidebottom and Pendlebury both go at the one time. You know, and I know Pendles can sort of, you know, he needs a little bit more break time and you know, Sidebottom plays a little bit more, but I'm thinking Sidebottom might be the first one to go, just because Pendles is a little bit more like a coach out on the ground. I think they've got like 1 year maximum, whichever one goes on. Longmuir, that's it, Longmuir, that's right, my gosh. That's right, how did I forget him? Yeah, look, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I don't know, maybe not, but he did have the Swans up and running pretty good, didn't he? He did have the Swans up and running pretty good. So it's going to be interesting. Now I lost my train of thought. There we go. Oh, yeah, there's the old boys from Watson. I think Jeremy Howe will probably go on again next year. Darcy Cameron, Darcy Moore. Look, just depends how he pulls up, but Darcy Moore should probably go on. Yeah, look, Jeremy Howe, I think he's still good enough to go on for one more season. I think he'll be. That'll be his last season. If he goes on, it'll be his last season, and definitely Pendles and Sids, it'll be their last season next year if they do happen to go on for one more. You know, just looking at a couple of the younger boys out there today, it was good to see them there. You can just see the run and the determination on, you know, what they bring to the game. Whereas, you know, Sidebottom out there sometimes, as good as he is, sometimes he doesn't always chase the hardest. He's a little bit like, my gosh, I can't remember his name. The old Carlton player, was it Bradley? He was a bit like that. He was good when he was on his own, but, you know, a little bit like that. Anyway, that's all right. Hey, you know what? I'm going to get a coffee. I'm going to end this one here. I'm going to watch a little bit of the first half of the St Kilda Carlton match. Of course, they've only played, what have they played? 2.5 minutes into the opening term there at Marvel Stadium. And, of course, no one has scored. No one has scored. You can't wake up a dead horse. You can't wake up a dead horse. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Certainly right. But there we go. Ross the boss. Yeah. I think the Saints might get the job done. I think, you know what, I'm surprised that the Saints haven't, maybe over the next couple of years, the Saints might really start to charge up that ladder. They've got some good football about them. They've just got to start playing that team brand of football and knowing every move where every play is going to be. His record in grand final is abysmal, except for the one the Hawks inaccuracy gifted them. Okay. Oh, there we go. Maybe they need to bring Gary Ayres back. He used to get every team every year pretty much in the grand final. Didn't he coach Geelong, Gary Ayres, get them into the grand finals? Win or lose, I think he still got them there. There we go. He was pretty good. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Music Cats King. Good luck next week against North Melbourne. Good on you, Manny. Let's go Pies for Tom Hafey. Didn't he pass away? I don't know whether they can bring him. Didn't he die, Tom Hafey? My gosh. Or is my memory gone? Or am I thinking of someone else? I thought he did. Anyway, thanks all for coming on in. Who was the other one that a couple of others came in? There we go. Oz Runner came in. Good stuff. And of course, my gosh, Patrick, thanks for jumping on in. Hey, we might catch you next week. As I said, I'm not sure if I'll do the second half of the Carlton St Kilda game. I'll just wait and have a look at the scores, see how I'm feeling at half time. Bring back Coventry. You know what I was thinking before? You have a look at some of the old time gun full forwards. Like Lockett, Matty Lloyd, Dunstall, Coventry. These blokes didn't. They weren't like 25 metres out from goal on a slight angle, and turn their body and snap, and snap the goal. They kicked it walking in straight like Memory did. Like he did. My God, Memory, isn't it? Goals. Yeah, like Memory does tonight. They walk in straight. That's how the greats kick their goals. I tell you what, very interesting. It does make you. I tell you what, it does make you smile and have a little bit of a chuckle when you see some of these guys. They miss the goal and they're very close to goal, and they try to do the banana around the corner, but it just doesn't happen. Anyway, that's me over and out. Thanks everyone for joining on in. Well done to the Magpies. You're in the finals 2026. Well done to West Coast Eagles. You put up another great fight. Tell you what, this is starting to really become a great battle between these two sides. The Eagles took it right up to the Pies at the MCG last time they met, and they certainly did that again, even though the Pies seemed a little bit more dominant in this game. The West Coast Eagles really hang on in there. And you know what? You can, even with a record like the West Coast Eagles, I think you can still hold your head up high and be proud of the season they've had so far. Even though you haven't got the wins on the board, you're giving your fans a really good sight. And the one good thing about the West Coast Eagles, although they get beat, they're probably just outclassed a bit, but they never shirk the task. They never give up. They keep trying their guts out, and that's what you got to love. And sooner or later, things will happen, things will unfold, and you'll start getting a few more wins on the board. I think West Coast could be in that bunch for next year. All right, that's me over and out. Oh my gosh, Bananarama. I'm your Venus. Oh my gosh, don't get me singing. I can't sing. I'll scare everyone away. All right, folks. Hey, that's me. I'm over and out. I don't know. Look, I don't know why the poll didn't work. It's got no percent. It's got no votes. But if I end it, oh, it did. It did. It didn't show it until I ended it. There we go. We had the live vote in there today. 85% went for the Magpies. 15% went for the Eagles. Well, I didn't think it was working because I had 0, but there we go. Go Pies. All right, folks, that's me. Over and out. I might see you later on, or I might see you next week for the next game. Anyway, if I don't see you, have fantastic Sunday evening. Yes, it's Sunday. Have a fantastic Sunday evening and a great week ahead until we meet again for the next footy game. Let me just check the scores around the ground at the moment. Let me just check the scores. Can I see who? My gosh, let me just check. We are 9 minutes into the opening term. St Kilda Carlton, there we go. It is 1 goal apiece, 6 points, all tied up over there at Marvel Stadium. Carlton having a shot on goal, comes in from just about the boundary, fades left of the goal through from behind, and Carlton 1-1-7. St Kilda 1 straight goal, 6. 14 minutes to go in the opening term. All right, folks, that's it. 10-4, good buddy, breaker. This is the Magpie over and out. We'll see you in the sky sometime. Keep on chirping. And don't forget, go Pies.